St. Louis, it is finally time for the Blues this season to begin, and I cannot wait. The Blues take on the Dallas Stars, but there is more to this than just the Stars. It is all of St. Louis feeling amped up and excited about the start of the season, and I can tell you this, it feels like Christmas Day. 'Tis the season.
You're Locked On Blues, your daily podcast on the St. Louis Blues. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
And welcome back to Locked On Blues. I am your host, Haley Taylor Simon, talking to you all things St. Louis Blues. And it is finally time to talk to you about the Blues' season, not making predictions, not having to, do my bold, I think the Blues are going to do this season. This is all about the Blues, and I cannot wait. Are you kidding me? It is finally hockey season. So today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about Blues opening night, who's going to be in the starting lineup. And then, of course, 'tis the season, what I'm most excited about seeing this season, and then my final thoughts. So today's episode will be a ton of fun. It'll be a ton of hockey, St. Louis Blues hockey. I mean, it always is about the Blues, obviously. This is Locked On Blues. Hello, welcome. But this is going to be a really fun episode, and I cannot wait to get started. I really cannot. But before we begin, I want to let you know that this episode is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook, official sportsbook of Locked On. Make every moment more. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. Visit FanDuel.com/LockedOn to get started. Projected lineups. Oh, gosh, this is beautiful. So tonight, this is what we're going to see. We're going to see a Robert Thomas line winged by Bush and Jordan Cairo, which obviously was going to happen. Braden Shen will be winged by Braden Sad, and then Kasperi Kapanen. Kevin Hayes will be winged by Jake Vanra and Sammy Blais. I still think Hayes should be the fourth line, but, Then we have Sonny, and then he will be winged by Torchenko and Neighbors. On defense, your first pair will be Nick Leddy and Colton Paracco. Then you have Torrey Krug and Justin Folk, and then Marco Scandella and Tyler Tucker. And that will be Benner. Oh, gosh, this brings me so much joy. You don't understand how sucky it is waiting for the season to begin. And it's funny, right? Because last season, think about it, the Blues traded Ryan O'Reilly, Vladimir Tarasenko, Ivan Barbashev, and, I'm not saying that these are drastic losses, but I mean, one of them was our captain at the time. So the Blues definitely had to endure quite a bit. This will be Shen's first game as a captain, and it is so exciting for this new season of Blues hockey and all that will be taking place. I really am looking forward to, I think the most, is seeing this team rally behind my boy Braden Shen. He is one of my favorite hockey players, and not only him being captain, but just him excelling throughout the years has really just gone as a testament to show that hard work really does pay off. Because I'm going to be honest, when he first came over, I was like, okay, this is a good player, but who knows if he will be a captain one day. And now he will be leading the Blues, which is probably the coolest thing. So I just am so proud of him. I'm so excited. Right now, the guys, they're getting ready for tonight. And they're at, obviously Dallas. So they're doing tons of things to prepare. But I just cannot wait to see them take the ice. And I'm going to read you a quote from Sonny because I thought this was really sweet. St. Louis is a great sports town, and I feel like they missed hockey, and they missed us being in the playoffs. We owe it to them to play our hearts out this whole season and show them we can do it. And this is the kind of thing that you want to see. You want to see the Blues, take ownership, leadership, and, Braden shouldn't even said today, all this hard work from this summer is going to go into effects tonight. This will be the night where the Blues finally prove to everybody this is what this team will be. Even Coach Berube said, watch warmups tonight for getting tonight's lineup. And he is somebody that's not going to release the lineups right away. But I think right now, as I did say, the projected lineup, that's what makes the most sense. And it's nice too, just knowing that the Blues are in a position right now where there is such potential and hope. And I don't think that's something that in all of my years of being a Blues fan that I've experienced. I mean, even the year that we won the cup, I think back and there was still so much doubt. And I think people have realistic expectations for this season of what to expect, what not to expect. But I think the one thing that most people have kind of an understanding of is that this will not be the best Blues this season, but it doesn't mean it's going to be the worst. And I think that plays a huge factor as to this team and the mindset that people have. You have players like a Robert Thomas, and I know I talk about RT quite a bit, but he is such a talent and such a gem on the Blues. And he is somebody that is a steal for what he is, if I'm going to be completely honest. So there's a lot to look forward to. But I think overall, when it comes to the St. Louis Blues, it is important to remind yourself that the Stars are a good team. And I hate that. I hate to say that. And I'm not going to continue to talk about that because we know the Stars are a good team. But I think that for tonight's game, at least this will be a true test to see how the Blues will compete against a team that is a contending team for the Stanley Cup, if I'm going to be honest with you. When I think of the Stars, I think a contending team for the Cup. I mean, they did make it to the Western Conference Finals last year. So how could you not say, oh, this isn't a contending team? Of course this is. But I think the Blues are a playoff contending team. I know I kept on saying I'm not going to say that. And I changed my mind. Last night I changed my mind. Today I went onto Blues Twitter. I was wearing actually my sweater today. I'm at work. And not that I couldn't wear my sweater to work, but I'm like weird about that because like I don't want anything to get ruined. Like I don't want to go to like the dry cleaners or whatever. So I don't really wear my sweaters to work. But I was thinking to myself, okay, the Blues have a real opportunity to prove everybody wrong. And I think that most players thrive in that type of environment where people are doubtful. And Torrey Krug, I mean, he has the most to prove in a way because fans came at him this summer when it came to not waiving his no trade clause, which again, his right. And I am not going to commend people for being rude to somebody that just used his right not to waive it. And quite frankly, why would he want to come to Philadelphia? Like that's, but he wants to be in St. Louis. He wants to be a Blue. And he said that. He was like, I want to wear the Blue note. And I think for somebody to be so upfront and honest that, hey, this is the place where I want to play. This is the team that I want to play for the rest of my career. It speaks volume. And I like that. Now, I feel like he has that extra kind of spark. I mean, he has to in a way because it was such a hostile kind of situation this summer. And guys like Colton Paracco, so talented. And I know I'm going to say that. I'm like, so talented. The guy's a beauty. He be buzzing on the ice, yeah? But no, I'm serious. Like, he's very talented, so he's going to have a good season. I want to see some more from Nick Leddy. When I think about defense, I want to see some more out of him. But my boy, Scotty P, he is going to have a fantastic season. Like, I know that we, like, criticize the defense a lot. And by we, I mean me. But at the end of the day, like, they're not bad defenders. Like, okay, yeah, they're not the best, but they're not awful. And it's all about meshing and clicking and switching up those lines a little bit. See who plays best with who, but it's not like you have these bad talents. I mean, a lot of these guys have been in the league for quite a while. They have a really good understanding of what Blues hockey is and the game itself. So I wouldn't diss it just yet. I think that last season, and I'm going to continue with my theory, that last season was a fluke of a season. And people may not agree with me. You may not agree with me. You might be like, Haley, you're being dramatic. Call me dramatic, call me what you want, but you can't call me wrong yet. Snap into action this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use, and there's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over-unders, and so visit fanduel.com/locked on and kick off the NFL season with FanDuel, the official partner of the NFL. And make sure if you go to fanduel.com/locked on, just a little reminder. And tonight, the Chiefs, I'm laughing because this doesn't sound ridiculous. The Chiefs are taking on the Broncos. Let's ride. And if you know anything about this NFL season, you know the Broncos literally suck. So definitely take Chiefs money line. I would also say take a Patty Mahomes touchdown tonight. I have a good feeling about that. I do 2-leg parlays. It's the easiest way to win money. 3-leggers, you don't. I've learned that the hard way. But do that, or do Patrick Mahomes throwing over 220 yards tonight with the Chiefs money line, and you'll win some money. It may not be a lot because, again, it is against Denver, but, it's something, and that's our team. So let's ride. It's the stupidest thing, the Broncos this year. But hey, this is a hockey podcast, so come on, Hale. 'Tis the season. No, I can't sing, but it is 'tis the season. I was actually listening to the Blues Goldhorn song on my way to work. When the Blues come marching in, bum, bum, bum. No, but I'm so excited and I cannot wait. And I was on Blues Twitter a lot today because I feel like hashtag STL Blues with the Blue Note has some of the most passionate people I've ever met. And it's like a community that I love. And even on my own account, I'm like, ayo, what's up? And the excitement going around, there's definitely this huge buzz. And I don't think I've seen a buzz like that in a very long time. And it's something that's very refreshing in a sense, right? Where you have a bunch of people uber passionate, uber excited about their team and ready for this upcoming season. So I don't think in any way that this season is going to go badly. I don't. I think with the amount of people that are excited, like UK Blues, yes, there is an account from the UK talking about the Blues. And it's like this team has captured so many people's hearts. And I think that's what makes it so special is the Blue Note. You can see the Blue Note all over the world. And I think that this season, and I know that it's going to be disappointing if the season doesn't go well, but I'm trying to be a little bit positive here. It is just exciting to see our boys take the ice again and be buzzing on the ice. And I just can't wait. So I am just over the moon when it comes to our St. Louis Blues. I am going to do some predictions, and then I'll be done with my predictions because honestly, at the end of the day, it's now time for hockey. But because the game hasn't begun yet, I'm going to do some predictions. And I don't think that my predictions will be that bad. I'm going to pull them up because I wrote them down. But I think that you will understand where I'm coming from. Now, let's do this. Okay. So, okay, this is tough. I keep on forgetting that bubble hockey was a thing because I always like to look at past seasons. And one thing that I have down is just ignore 2020 because it was bad. It was bad, 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 bad. They only won like 27 games. Bad. But I have the Blues winning over 43 games. Okay? We're going to lock that in. I have the Blues winning 43 games this season. And why do I have them winning 43 games? I think that this is a better team than last season. So for me, I am not worried. I know that's kind of a high ask, but in 2021 and 22, they did win 49 games. In 2019 and 2020, they won 42. The year we won the cup, we won 45. And then the year before that, they won 44. The year before that, 46, and then 49, 51, 52, and then you had 29. But I do think it's possible. And with how the Blues play, and again, I'm a huge stat person, I don't think this team got worse. I think they got better. So I can see them winning 43 games. So but they're going to win that. Now, in terms of how they finished in the division, I think they're going to finish third in the Central. I do. I think they're going to finish third in the Central Division. That is my bold prediction. Realistically, do I think they're going to finish maybe fourth in the Central? Probably. But right now, I'm going to go with fourth in the Central. And I hope I'm not wrong. I'm a little nervous about that, but I really hope I'm not wrong because I really don't want to be wrong. But I think that this team has a lot of potential. And, the last time they were in the playoffs was obviously that 2021-2022 season in a second-round loss. And I don't want that to happen, right? And I really believe that this team has such potential. And who's to say the Blues won't finish there? So I think that if I didn't have this enormous amount of confidence heading into the season, I definitely wouldn't say things like, oh yeah, they're going to win 43 games and finish third in the Central. But in the past week or so, something has changed within me. I'm a changed person and I kind of like it. All right, I'm going to tell you about my friends over at Jase Medical. The Jase case provides 5 life-saving antibiotics for emergency use. All it takes to get a Jase case is to fill out a simple form online, and in some cases, just jump on a quick call with one of our board-certified physicians. Get an ongoing care from our physicians on any treatment-related questions, doctor created or doctor recommended. So don't be caught unprepared. Everyone should be empowered to care for themselves and their loved ones during the unexpected. Jase handles everything from online evaluations to a licensed pharmacy, medication delivery, and ongoing consultations and care. So if you want to get $20 off these life-saving antibiotics today from Jase Medical by using my code LOCKEDON at checkout on jasemedical.com. That's JASE medical.com and code LOCKEDON. Final thoughts. Hockey. No. My final thoughts really are this. This is the start to what Blues hockey should be. This is the start to the Blues that we know, that we love. And I think that this is going to really show not only just Blues Nation, but the hockey world itself, that this is a competitive organization that has a lot of potential and a fan base that supports it. I put out something the other day and I said, the NHL needs to support some more smaller markets. And while the Blues are not the biggest market, they do have a huge fan base. I would know I'm a part of it. And a lot of you agreed. And I think that it sucks, but it's kind of like that underdog mentality where you have to play harder. You have to make yourself more known than some of these original 6 teams that can just lollygag and get whatever they want because they've been here for a longer period of time, which is not fair. And obviously it sucks when the sport is growing, aka expansion teams. Like, I'm sorry, but like the Kraken, I don't know why I have beef with Seattle. And I'm sorry to my friends I Locked on Kraken. I don't know why I have a beef with Seattle. I think it's just annoyance, honestly, that some of these teams come in and the league treats them like royalty. Meanwhile, teams like the Blues, the Jets, there's so many other teams that don't get talked about. And it's really frustrating because there are such talented players on these teams, such a long history, even though the Blues are not an original 6, they haven't been in this league for quite a while. So it's a little frustrating when these new expansion teams come in and it's just like, yep, here's your crowns. But again, I don't want to dwell on that and complain too much. It's more frustrating than anything. But at the end of the day, it's an opportunity for the Blues to get some more fire underneath them and to execute that. And I think that's important. I think that the Blues really need to just do their thing, play hard, work harder, because again, that's what's going to have to happen. It's so frustrating with this league. And if only they knew how passionate we are in St. Louis, then maybe they would give their respect. I mean, clearly this fan base is passionate and hungry. And, even going on Twitter right now and just seeing all of your messages today, I think I had about hundreds of people saying, "Let's go Blues" to me today. If that isn't passion, I don't know what is. A whole fan base that is just so excited about their team after having a bad last season, that is being optimistic, that is being positive, that is showing up, being loud, going to preseason games and almost selling that out. That is a fan base that the NHL needs to take time and acknowledge. And sure, there was a couple posts of Louis, our mascot, this summer, but where are the posts about our players? And I want to see that. You can make 200 posts about Connor Bedard, and I guarantee you they're just going to make one post about like Braden Shen tonight. But hey, not original six. But with all that being said, in all seriousness, I am excited about this season and I love this team and I am ready for the show. So let's go Blues!